Hello, hello, beautiful people of the internet. Hello, Broad Metal Luck 2, Mastermaticus, Cool Doge, The Chaucer, Not Delusional, Psycho Ling, Rakanishu, hello, hello. Cool, just finished yesterday's vid. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, yesterday, we didn't get our tactician, despite burning a lot of crowns. Choppy Cat, hello, hello. Apples and Fruits, Squigs, welcome, welcome. Yeah, yesterday's stream was a good one. Like, it was fun. We had a lot of really good, fun battles. We collected a lot of shiny items, etc., etc. But when we returned to civilization with all of our money, and we sold all our stuff, and we checked every single bro, damn. Maybe Tactician is more rare than we thought. Well, that's true. We did find a Tactician, but maybe I'm being too picky. And truly, I guess, it's not that big a deal. We did find, like, I don't know. I had the chance to play. You know, we've played with the Tactician a little bit, so it's not like we didn't get to experience it. I just kind of wanted to do it more. Not be picky. Yeah, and Tactician is pretty cool to play with. For sure. The real Tactician is sitting in the streamer chair. I mean, kind of true. So, yeah, I mean, it's fine. We did pick up this bro, who I think is, like, pretty decent. It's really hard to go wrong with a sellsword. I was too not ready at the very end of last stream to decide on a build for this brother. I think we can do that now, right? So, looking at the perk groups, here are the things which kind of come to mind for me. We are not probably going to be some sort of, like, defensive brother, even though we've got good stats for it, at least as far as melee and range defense. We've got our couple parry bros here with the permanent indom shenanigans. These are great. Despite these being two very different builds, they still accomplish the same general thing. I do want to build one more brother like that, but I don't think No Man 1220 is that. We don't have the tools to make that possible. Not as efficiently as we could with these. I really think that if we're going to do the parry tank, it's really nice to be able to just permanently indom. Damn, is that good, right? It's funny how you like sellswords a lot. They're probably your least favorite expensive recruit. I've liked them ever since vanilla. They're so cheap. You get them for like 2,000 crowns so often. Do the cleaver perks do anything for the whip? Yeah, they do. So Cleaver Mastery gives disarm plus 10% hit chance. I think that's basically the exact same as vanilla. Pretty sure. I can't remember the exact hit chance gain. I remember that it did it, but I don't remember the number now that I see a different one. And then, you know, attacks that inflict bleeding, inflicting 5 additional stacks. I see no reason why that wouldn't work with the whip. So, and I suspect that this perk would work as well. Though realistically, how often do you have a whip out and you walk into melee range with an injured enemy? It seems rare. Like, very often? So yeah, I think one of the things I was thinking about too is, you know, this brother, when I first glanced at him, is really similar to Crackalack. He's similar to Crackalack and just like a little bit worse. He's just like a little bit lower statted across the board, but they're otherwise really similar, except with the unstoppable set of perks replacing Vicious, but otherwise pretty much the same. So what I'm thinking is we're going to go with a very similar build. I also think that we decided that Mystic Nemo here is probably not going to bother with the sensor. And so what I might do, I think it's totally reasonable to have Weapon Master and just pick up Flail on Crackalack, and he can be one of the sensor bros. And then No Man 1220 can level up as something, you know, another generic two-handed weapon damage bro. So So, yeah, I think let's go and decide what we want on this brother. I think if we're going to have him be a generic damage bro, which again is a little bit of a shame because of the nice defensive rolls, but I think it'll be totally okay. We just don't have the right perks for it. And so I'm thinking we're going to go with like Colossus Nimble as the defensive layers, and then probably Weapon Master, and then some Mastery Tree. Kind of doesn't matter which one we pick. In the end, they all kind of end up being the same. I do think it is not unreasonable on this brother to have him use like the Goblin Ambusher's Grasp. This hit chance bonus of plus 15%. It's pretty crazy with Weapon Master being able to get the bow skills. Pretty good. Pretty good. So again, I don't know that it matters too much which perk group we choose. I might just do Cleaver because they're earlier in the tree. But again, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. The only way it could matter is if we happen to find like a really good named item for one of the hybrid weapons. Like for example, the sword staff or whatever, that's a spear, sword hybrid, or a halberd, or whatever it's called. So I think we'll go with those. And then otherwise, you know, we'll just grab damage perks. Finesse seems like a pretty good choice. Crackalack had Berserk available. This brother isn't going to have Berserk. Could grab Unstoppable potentially. I don't think that's unreasonable. I think some form of getting some more AP would be good. And then it makes me wonder if I am going to have Crackalack maybe be the bro that grabs the sensor. Maybe Death Dealer is a good choice for him. Yeah, I think that'd be a really good choice, actually. So then on this brother, what are the standout perks? What are the things I'm thinking here? I don't know that Unstoppable is really all that good, if we're being honest. It's like, okay. Excuse me. I don't know, Vigorous Assault is like fine. Maybe even Formidable Approach. Even Death Dealer on this brother, perhaps. Not terrible choices. What are the ones we grabbed here on Crackalack? We grabbed Colossus on him. Let's see, so I actually did, what was the base perk group? Oh, his screen is getting all screwed up. Wasn't bow, was it? What is going on here? Oh, it doesn't matter. Nochisin, thank you for the Prime sub. Very much appreciated. So it looks like it was basically just... God, the fact that it highlights... Hold on, let's unequip these things. Dang, it still just shows them. That's so confusing. It's showing all of the bow ones and the polearm ones. Weapon Master is still a little bit buggy. Base Reforged thing, yeah. So anyway, we have those three, right? And then we've got Colossus, Hybridization, Berserk, Weapon Master. So is that 7? Did I count that correctly? Why am I so confused? Right, so we have these 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that makes sense. All right, finally got there. So what are the ones that I'm not grabbing here that I'm not thinking of? Oh, some form of weapon swap, right. Hybridization. Good boy, George. Hello, hello. Yeah, so we'll want this for sure. Hybridization, I think, is a great choice. And maybe we just start with that as sort of the base, and then decide what we want for No Man 1220. Again, we're going to make a two-handed damage dealer with access to all various tools, right? He'll be a weapon master, just like Crackalack, but on the other side of the formation. Something like that. So we'll go ahead and give him Colossus. That'll be a great perk on this level. Okay, so let's put these things in Crackalack's backpack. No Man 1220, let's just start him out with a Sword Lance, I guess. And we'll give him Meta Wrecker's setup here. And actually, why don't we give him this setup? We'll put this back on Meta Wrecker, put Meta Wrecker in here. And then Fulio actually does need a lighter helmet because we've got Fortified Mind. We really don't want to be wearing what we're wearing. I want like an efficient light helmet of some kind, maybe a straw hat. I don't know. He's got nimble, right? So it doesn't matter all that much. We can give him like a kettle hat. I don't know. Actually, we really want his resolve to be higher. We'll go something like this. Should be totally fine. Straw hat build? Straw hat build. I could do the headscarf. Okay, Frank Love's just gonna chill here like that. Do I want to use this Great Axe? I feel like the answer is probably yes. Oh, and No Man 1220, let's level up his stats. We'll grab hit points. It's a little tempting to build like a hybrid. I think if we had a little bit higher base ranged skill, especially since this brother has Night Owl and Determined. Like Night Owl with a bow actually seems kind of good. But, oh well. In Stone Shard, wearing the red bandana gives you 1% crit. That's right. That's an early item you can give the crit dwarf character. Don't make him walk around naked. Bad enough he's on the sidelines. True. We'll put something nice on him. But yeah, it would be interesting to go like a hybrid on this brother. Since we do have weapon mastery, we'd have to like pick up a ranged perk tree though. You've been dabbing in Stone Shard, Sludgy? Yeah, I've played Stone Shard, not for a little while. Not for like the last several updates, but I've played through to the tier 5 dungeons or whatever on a couple different characters. It's really fun. It's a good game. Very different from Battle Brothers. Yeah, I am half tempted to, one of the benefits to getting to 70 range skill would be that in hybridization we get 10 melee defense. So if we took like only +4s, what would our likelihood of getting to 70 be? Probably pretty low. Yeah, I did stream it, I think just once, but yeah, Squigs is right. I have streamed Stone Shard before. I have streamed it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't bother. Seems like a bit of a stretch, making this bro stretched out a bit too far. But man, the bow skills and bows in this are kind of crazy. I guess what really makes him crazy, excuse me, is definitely bullseye and marksmanship. And I've been thinking about that a little bit more. Know that I've been musing on that, and it could be relevant at a later time. Technically, the melee defense and the maximum fatigue are both low rolls. On this level, while we're still a little squishy squish, I guess I'll grab the melee defense. I think long term the fatigue would maybe be better. but we'll grab fatigue on the later levels. Okay, and do I want to do anything with this great axe? Boy, we've got him really encumbered right now, huh? Now let's put these back. I really don't want to even wear that. Don't really want to put it on Meta Wrecker either, but it's fine. Even though, you know, the interesting thing is Nimble doesn't lose effectiveness as you wear heavier armor. I actually think that's good and healthy for the game, but okay. We need that weight reduction attachment. Yes, the light padding replacement. Light padding replacement would be nice. You think you found a weapon in Hardened that you think is overpowered, and you're 100% sure I'll never guess what it is. It's not a late game thing, but a weapon that is relatively easy to get and is incredible performing. Is it a Nomad Sling? Okay, so I am going to give Crackalack Flail. You have a shitty tempo bro and hanging around and he is consistently one of the most powerful bros on your team. Interesting. Alright, so we'll do some training. And, you know, the world is our oyster. What I'm thinking is we want to get Good Boy George some more handguns to work with. So let's go pay our friends in Ras Sanan a visit. We've already expended all of our recruitment pools down here, and we came from the north fairly recently. And so, yeah. When did you get the shiny goblin bow? At the end of last stream. The undead sword is a dagger slash sword and it attacks for 3 AP. Oh. Interesting. We got some mercs here. They're running away. For good reason. We'll fight them in the middle of the night. That's totally fine. Caw-caw! Let's take a look at what they got. What a bunch of scrubs. They got nothing. They're already dead. Just go to some high ground and end turn. Backseating. Let's have go to here. This guy can't move 2 hexes in attack. Guess we don't want to get netted. Your squad looks pretty cool. They are cool. Alright, well that guy's dead. Alright, so we'll go here. Indom, lock down those fellas. Oh, that's right, he's elusive! Shit. Yeah, experience donations for sure. So we'll just chill back here. Again, he can't move 2 hexes in attack. So he'll go down here and attack Corvus Korak, which we're totally fine with him doing. Yeah, let's wait there. Play a little music. Give him a blast. That guy's already running away. I like your Swordmaster Indom tech. It's pretty good. Honestly, Corvus Korak and the Chaucer are very strong. May as well take that guy out. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Could go here and attack, but then it lets this guy hit us. So actually, can I hit anyone with this? Not really. That's fine. Did we do Icy Cave? We did! Oh, boo. What? Disaster. No, Icy Cave has been eliminated. There's no more Barbarian Madman to deal with. It was kind of dramatic. We almost killed him in one turn. Very close. Okay. You have to really search to find it in yesterday's video? Yeah, it happened so fast. Okay. Did you kill him with the fencer? Sure did. And almost killed him in one round. Almost killed him in one round. I don't think it was last stream. I think it was like 2 streams ago. All right, we did get that footman's armor. I was thinking that might be kind of nice. And we got another... oh, I suppose that's the scale helmet. Sure. But I might put the scale helmet on... Never mind. Crackleck's already wearing one. I guess the nasal helmet might be a little better. I don't know. Is that a booby shield? Sure is. There's a booby shield. And it gives us +5 resolve because it's got boobs. How could it not? Okay, so footman's armor. How is that? How does that perform? 190 for 24? Seems okay. Seems all right. We could put that on like Crackalack, and I think that would be fine. Also got a male hauberk here. 170 for 19. All right, anyway, Crackalack leveled up. So let's go ahead and grab Finesse here on this level, I think. What does the music buff do? It gives a resolve bonus that like decays over time. It's okay. It's a cute little thing that if you, I think if you, I won't say build around it, but if you've got another brother with like really high resolve, especially if they've got like forged armor and bulwark, and they play a little heavy metal jam, I feel like that's pretty good for the squad. All right, but let's go ahead and grab Finesse here. We know we're going to want that on this brother. We're always going to take the +1s here, even if it makes us sad. Even if it makes us sad. And we're going to grab the Fatigue as well. Cool. Very nice. And I'm pretty sure Konigvasser literally has no recruits available. I think we... What was that? Whatever it was, they killed it. Yeah, literally none. Literally none. Could maybe do one of these contracts for them. A 3-skill contract probably has increased like champion chance. Could do replacing the recruiter, but we have a couple bros that I still want to find. Could replace the cartographer with the bounty hunter. That would be fine, I guess. So music with one bro into rally on the banner for max rally. Yes. Yep. If you do it in that order, I think that would be the way to do it for sure. Yeah, I don't know. We like shinies. Let's do the bounty hunter. Let's see what kind of difference this makes. Seems like it could be fun. Right? Let's do it. No longer do we have the cartographer. But it might make it where this gives us like a champion or something to fight. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Orcs, you wait your turn. Thieves, many. Doesn't look too bad. I hate the terrain that we're gonna fight him in. We're gonna pick forest over swamp, I guess. Ugh. Hate it. Caw-caw! Doesn't look too bad, I guess. Doesn't look too bad. Yeah, none of these nerds have Pathfinder, just like us. So, no big deal. We can just get right up here. Oh, they're spooked. They're spooked. The way they're positioned is really obnoxious, though. So what is their range? Is there an easy range of 6? So yeah, I guess we'll just get behind the cover here. That's fine. Okay, good try. Ooh, got him right in the head. And we made him bleed because of the injury. Interesting. Huh. Didn't realize it would work that way. All right, that guy's dead. They're all dead. They're all already dead. Let's be real. Let's be real about what's going on here. They're all already dead. Bully and brigands, bully and brigands. He lived. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Little take aim there. 1 HP? See, 1 HP is important. Ah, true, true. We did get robbed out of our 1. Yeah, good point. You're right, Rakanishu. You're right. When you're right, you're right. D2 memories flooding in. Rakanishu! So good. Was Rakanishu, now my memory is slightly vague. Was Rakanishu the one that was in like the Cold Plains that was a lightning enchanted, what were they called? The little goblins, basically. Am I remembering the right enemy? Maybe it wasn't the Cold Plains, but it was in Act 1. Carvers. Was it Carvers? Yeah, yeah, that's right. Next to the portal to Tristram? Yes. The Stony Plains? Might have been the Stony Plains. That sounds right. Oh, is he running now? Huh. Fallen Ones. Fallen Ones is what I was thinking of. That's right. Because the Carver was the, like, upgraded version, or whatever you want to call it. That was like the same enemy reskinned. Like, saving on assets. Hey. Good. It was the Cold Plains? Okay. Thank you, good boy George. Slurgy still got it. My memory has not failed me here. Okay. It's over. All right. That was a pretty easy fight, especially for a 3-skull. Internet says his title is Lord of the Fallen. Sure, the Fallen Ones. All right, we've got orcs here. We could fight them if we wanted. I don't know where they are going. They're moving so fast. Weird. Okay, so let's sell stuff. Do I really need to keep this pole hammer? I might want to keep it just in case I get into a fight against like a bunch of like orc warriors. So probably that's a good idea to keep. We can get rid of all these javs and bolts and such. I don't think we need any of these armors. Honestly, totally fine to get rid of them. I don't think we need the shield. Is there ever a world where I put a quiver of arrows on No Man 1220 just in case for the future? Maybe. Maybe. I'm not gonna let the dream totally die. Lovely. We have so many crafting materials. I do want to get to a taxidermist. Hold on. I guess we sort of upset our southern taxidermist here, didn't we? Is there another taxidermist over here somewhere? Looks like no. We know Grossholes has a taxidermist, but we sort of, you know, upset them. Norre does as well. I guess we'll make our way back up there at some point. Good boy George is leveled up. You love to see it. Just grab Resolve here. Seems good. And then No Man 1220. And we're going to grab the Cleaver ones. Again, it's just to complete something so the Weapon Master can apply to all the others. So we'll go ahead and take that. Gonna take the +3 in fatigue. And we'll grab the 2 melee defense. Could also be maybe convinced to grab the range defense, but we'll go melee defense. Pink Unicorn Lover, hello, hello. All right, it looks like those orcs are gonna be in their own little fight there. So we'll let them do their thing. Deliver cargo to Hammerstead. Now I could make, let's pause on that contract because we want to get some more guns. That's what I'm thinking. The Tomb of Tomb. Now let's make our way to Rastanan. Let's see, and are there any, I think I checked these already. Yeah. On our way to this southern detour lets us make a detour to the icy north. Let's see, is there anyone here I want to hire? I could maybe look at the nomads, especially, I'm assuming, let's take a look. In vanilla, the nomads are different. 52 to 60, 47 to 56. Okay, yeah, they do the same breakdown in Reforged, it looks like. I don't think we want any more ranged bros. Well, I don't know, is that even true? We can make more hybrids. Hybrids are super strong, actually. So maybe I could try out both. I think it's worth trying out both. Yeah, let's try out both. Let's try out both. Make smoke pots? Well, we can't craft here, but we could buy some smoke pots, couldn't we? Do you think gun hybrids make sense? In vanilla, they do. In vanilla, they're like my favorite build. Yeah, let's grab a smoke pot. They're actually super good. Maybe I grab a potion of knowledge? Yeah, let's do that. Was there anything else here? I do still want to make a hammer bro. Ooh, the leather shoulder guards and neck guards, those are good. Okay, let's try them out. Let's just see it, make sure they don't have any negative traits. And if we need to hire fire, we can. Hammer bro, I know. Believe me, Squigs. I'm sad. Stupid chosen. Okay. I feel like if I'm gonna do a hybrid, I kind of want him to have trained. So, at least at this point, like I've got the dedicated ranged, and I don't think I want, I've got 3 dedicated ranged bros, and then a ranged banner, and I'm really happy with that, but I don't want to make another pure ranged that doesn't have trained. I think to make it more, I don't think I bother wasting the crowns on this. But let's take a look at this guy. Oh. Ooh. Brave and sure-footing. He has trained. Hammer, unstoppable, shield. Oh. Oh. Hold up. Hold up. These are good stats. Fatigue's a little low. Resolve would be low, but we're making up for it with Brave. Okay. Well then. I think this bro will do just fine. Ryanok, welcome, welcome. All right, this is the other build that I wanted to do. Like broad strokes here. One of the things I want to do is... Oh, I guess we don't have... let's think. Okay, so there's a few different ways we could do this. I want to make a hammer bro. So, 30,000 foot. I want to make a hammer bro. I think there's 2 ways that a hammer can be really good. And I'm talking about the one-handed hammer. The war hammer. It is either... with the whole... I mean, actually, there's several different ways of doing it. But I'd be totally happy to do hammer plus shield, which this bro could do pretty well. And we just blast him, bonk. One big slam with full force. Fast adaptation? Probably not fast adaptation, but maybe exploit opening. Maybe exploit opening. So what's our first level up look like? Okay. So we won't have access to Indom. Let's see. Maybe probably won't bother with finesse then. If we're going to do a full force hammer hit every once in a while. Melee defense of 11 with a talent star is pretty good. Hammer and shield sounds great for the squad. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And it's a build I just kind of want to try. I want to see. Maybe full force synergizes more with high melee attack bros. 59 is pretty high. Okay, so let's do something like Rebuke. We can have him, I think we can get him strong enough to be capable of lone wolf stuff, where he's going to be surrounded and rebuking with a one-handed hammer. So we can go with Shield Expert to remove ranged advantage from enemies. Something that's not to be underestimated, right? It's actually pretty important as far as your overall melee defenses are concerned. By not letting the enemy multiply their melee skill, you have more melee defense. Rebuke doesn't work if the shield is hit. Of course it works if the shield is hit. That's kind of like the whole point. Yeah, it definitely works if the shield is hit. Then we'll grab one with the shield. Full force, because on our turn, we're just going to do one big hammer slam. And in fact, we could grab Vigilant if we wanted. It says if an attack misses you, hitting the shield counts as a miss. Hitting the shield counts as a miss. I'm not even going to bother with Hammer Mastery. I maybe could. This is like a maybe. And then we could go with Exploit Opening. And we'll probably go with a Heater Shield. I think will be the plan. So this will be a complement to the Chaucer and Corvus Corac. The compliment being, you look nice today. Honestly, could do Unstoppable, right? Why not? Once per round, if you hit an enemy with an attack, we attack, we end turn. Makes the full force even bigger. Seems good to me. Now, the downside could be... No, I don't think we want to bother with Vigilant then. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Why do you never pick Unstoppable? Seems very good. Why this, bro? Well, I don't think it's that good. I think it would go well. So I think Unstoppable as a perk is probably really good if you have to have a few things all at once. I think you have to have finesse, you have to have a relatively inexpensive weapon, and probably battle flow from Agile, because if you can't sustain the Unstoppable, what's the point? Right? Maybe even Pathfinder. Like, you need a lot of fatigue reduction for Unstoppable, I think, to be worth. It takes 3 rounds to get up all the way. I think you need to have a build that benefits from the initiative. I think there's a lot of pieces to make something that's only okay. So I think you need to make use of the initiative for this to be worth it. Really. I really do think so. But I think this bro can do it. And I think the extra action points matter for this bro, for full force specifically. Yeah, it feels weaker than the other options like the no weight perk. Agreed. It just feels weaker. But, again, I want to experience using even the perks that I think are weak, which is why a build like this is kind of exciting for me. I just want to experiment with different stuff. Some of these things, like, I don't think that this build, I do not think that Ryanok will be as good or as useful as Corvus Corac or the Chaucer. I really don't. But I still think he'll be good. Maybe Elusive at tier 2? Maybe, just to get into position. I always look at Elusive as a maybe and then end up not picking it. One with the shield is pretty tempting. But I still think it's kind of like a maybe. Depends on how heavy the armor is that we use with flexible. I could consider skirmisher on this brother, because I think we can use initiative as one of our defensive tools. It's also nice to be able to just like attack the enemies before their turn, especially with a big ol' hammer. Can grab student on our way down as we decide what we want. Elusive seems more valuable on the enemy since not all enemies carry nets, but the player often does. Yeah, I think that seems accurate. Seems accurate. And yeah, we're not going to put much investment in melee skill because I want exploit opening to do its thing. Underdog and lone wolf, I think, are key parts of this. Could maybe grab duelist for the times where we're not as fully surrounded. I still think that's okay. Elusive will combo with lone wolf really well, or skirmisher. Yeah, to help us get into position. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. You picked elusive once and realized it doesn't work for elevation, and then never considered picking it again. Yeah, yep. Yeah, it's just for, you know, swamp, snow, forest. There's a decent number of terrains where it still helps, but it's not a feels good perk. Not like Pathfinder. I think dodge could be an option, especially if we're able to get our initiative reasonably high, and then we get a good amount of initiative with unstoppable. Seems pretty good. Savage Sam, hello, hello. All right, I'm looking forward. I think this build will actually be really good. I really do. I really do. I think it'll be fun. And I want this bro to not die. Sorry, I hit the microphone. One with the shield is interesting because we can situationally shield wall against enemies whose headshots are particularly dangerous. And by that I mean orc berserkers. And then we can wear reasonably heavy armor with flexible. Man of Steel would be really good on this build. This is a build that I'd love to have Man of Steel. I think that'd be excellent, in fact. All right, on this first level, we'll grab exploit opening. I think we're gonna want that for sure. And then we'll grab melee defense. Probably not gonna bother with range defense. We'll be grabbing initiative, which is why maybe even considering dodge here. And then hit points will still be useful. Hit points, resolve, and maximum fatigue. We're gonna want all of these. We're probably just gonna ignore melee skill entirely, unless it rolls a 3. We'll give him the pole hammer. It's thematic. And then who are we gonna have sit out? Meta Wrecker. While we train up this boy. All right, Crackalack, you've moved to the front. Resolve, we're gonna need more resolve, but we're gonna get a decent amount of resolve from Lone Wolf, like multiplicatively. But yeah, we're gonna need more resolve for sure. His brother's gonna need a bunch of stats, but he'll be good. Just be patient. So then now we really only have one tempo bro. Is that true? That I'm looking to replace? I think that's true. I think that's true. So if that is true, then the last bro is gonna be our tactician. We could quickly look through these to see if we get a tactician. It seems, I wish I knew anything about these backgrounds and whether they even can. Get yourself a tactician indebted. fucking kidding me? No, what? What? Okay. Yeah, his life story must be wild. Okay. His stats are actually not bad. They're not great. But they're not bad, honestly. Have you come across Maximus from Gladiator? Yeah, he has lots of fatigue, which is great for a tactician, exactly. Brute and dexterous. Inspiring presence. Interesting. Sensor bro? Oh, no. Definitely not. Why would we make this guy a sensor bro? 52 melee skill? No. We're gonna have Crackalack do it. That'll be totally fine. Huh. Well, this is not what I expected. It's a 2-for-1, not what I expected. One, I didn't realize Indebted could be tacticians. I kind of just figured that wasn't possible, but I didn't look. But also the fact that he's got Noble as well. Inspiring Presence is actually like really good, especially combined with Backup Plan. We can get to exactly the spot we need to. This is really good. Huh. This is wild. Has Colossus to help his low hit points. And then Inspire None with a Resolve. Well, what we could do... Oh man, that would be maybe a big ask. What does Heavy Armor come with? Does Heavy Armor give you Brawny? It does. Hear me out. We could do Brawny and we could do the 3 perks from Heavy Armor. Brawny and Bulwark and Dawnforged on this brother. And then we just pump the crap out of Fatigue. And we've got 2 talent stars here to do that with. Would that even give us enough? Would that give us enough usable Fatigue? I think as long as we don't have super crazy heavy armor on. I think that's the only way we're going to get the resolve high enough, though. There's nothing else here that will do it. We don't have, oh, what's it even called? Fortified Mind. Yeah, we don't have Fortified Mind. Huh. Weird. What a weird brother. We can get Pathfinder? Pathfinder plus Inspiring Presence? Oh my goodness. Why is this brother? This brother's cracked. This brother is so good. This build is going to be so weird. So let's see. If I grab those 3 heavy armor perks, I'm going to get Brawny because I think we're going to need the Fatigue. Brawny plus Bulwark plus Dawnforged. Honestly, maybe don't even need Dawnforged. Maybe just Brawny and... Huh, that seems weird. To grab the heavy armor and only pick the other 2. What's that southeast of Colossus? Oh, this is Backup Plan. Unlocks the Backup Plan skill, allowing you to recover action points once per battle. The idea there is that maybe you did an oops in the first half of the round. Maybe not an oops, but like you spent your AP and you realize, oh shit, I need to use one of these. Well, that's your backup plan. You do. It would be cute to get like nailed it or something on this bro too. Because even though we have all these skills, like we are going to attack some of the time, right? Somehow this bro feels really perk starved. Pump his fatigue, resolve, and melee defense? No, I don't think so. We're going to pump his fatigue for sure. We're going to patch his resolve with... Let me show the perk because I think its effect is pretty crazy. Bulwark. Gain 5% of your current combined head and body armor condition as resolve. So let's take Mystic Nemo as an example, just for illustrative purposes. Right, so we have 300 plus 254, which I don't know why I entered that in a calculator. That's 554. I could have done that math, but I didn't. Multiply that times 0.05, and suddenly you're looking at 27.7 extra resolve. 27 resolve. That's a lot. By adding that much, we're getting pretty close to an amount of resolve that is higher than anyone else. Higher than a lot of the other bros, I guess I should say. Where the Inspiring Presence will work. This could be our heavy metal loot player too. Just saying. Backup plan is great. Can also re-equip a net and throw or something like that. Yep, you could re-equip a net if that bro had, for example, rotation or something like that. You could make use of it. Okay, I need to name this bro. This bro is... How should I pronounce this? Toochmonk. Toochmonk. Ibn Faris was a person. Interesting, his nickname is Ibn Faris. Yeah, I mean, I think they based the southern city-state names off of, you know, real Middle Eastern names. Read my mind about the loot. I mean, it just seems appropriate, especially if we give him bulwark. So we might need to pump his resolve some. So it's going to be fatigue, resolve. We're not really going to bother with melee defense. Unfortunately, I'm not going to bother with range defense either, despite how much I love anticipation. Entrenched. Could also do entrenched. Could also do entrenched. Might be a way of gaining some more resolve as well. We'll see. This one will be a let's see how he levels, but certainly that might happen. Do Indebted still have the limited perk issue from vanilla? Are you talking about the Manhunter's starting scenario, Broad Metallic 2? So in the Manhunter's start, Indebted are limited to level 7, so 6 perks. But not in this, it looks like. And not in regular scenarios as well. All right, it's just limited to that one. Okay, so we're gonna get him... Get heavy armor. Cool. And then Fulio can step in when the situation calls for it. As the situation calls for it, I suppose. So I'm gonna put these shoulder pads on some of these light armor pieces too. But for the moment, he's just gonna stand in the back. Are we not looking at the other Indebted? I think we've got like our full final squad. I think these are the 12. These are the 12 that are going to carry it all. I'm not going to look at the other Indebted, I don't think. I was kind of just planning on doing tryout and buzzing through the whole list, only to not see a tactician. Okay. Hunt down what terrorizes all Anwar. Let's do that. I want to get more hyena pelts and such, because I think that'll be really good attachment for a lot of the bros. Like Corvus Korak, for example. We would love to get a hyena pelt attachment on this bro. Honestly, backseating, I think we're probably going to keep something with bone plating. will make me feel safer. I don't know, maybe hyena pelt attachment makes more sense on him too, but... I wonder if that is telling me that it's not hyenas. Looks like hyenas to me. All right, so we need to make sure that 2CH Monk does not get engaged on. Actually, no, we're gonna leave the spear on him. Do I want to give the bonk to anyone? Rhinox got heavy enough armor, I'm not too worried about him. You think hyena pelt is probably the best attachment now? At least you value it pretty highly, possibly even more than bone plating. I agree. I agree. I think it is probably, at least overall, the best attachment. Is this a big enough fight to bother using the experience potion? Probably not. Caw-caw! Alright, so any frenzied hyenas? There's one. He's very angry. Alright, so they have 11 AP with a 4 AP bite. Okay. Move back seating. Like just to here. Yeah, that's probably fine. Big flank. Big flank. Okay. Got him. We don't really need to play any music here. Unfortunately, we're kind of in a hole. So we gotta rise up from our crappy hole. Any injuries? Any injuries? Excellent. We got an injury here, which means 1 attack. 2 attack. Got him. The big flanks are arriving, finally. Let's just wait there for a moment. Okay. Kind of not want this bro to even be able to be attacked with his current armor. So... I guess we'll just shoot the gun. What? Missed? Disaster. All right, so we'll bring not delusional to here. And I guess I'll just finish these fools off. As long as I don't miss my 95% chance attacks. Hate it when I miss those. Hate it. Huh, can't really get a good angle on this frenzied hyena. Could go up here and throw sand in his face. Doesn't really do me that much good though, I guess. Here we go. So hard to see or like tell what's going on when you're fighting at different elevations. It really is. I can see that he's fleeing though. That's like the one main UI/user experience complaint that I have about Battle Brothers is how annoying it is to fight at elevation. Like, it just is. Like the way they drew, the angle they picked for the hexagons, like it's hard to see lower levels. Excuse me. We got some hyena pelts though. Very happy about that. Okay. You just realized the weight perk lets you move 6 tiles per turn? 6 tiles? Not just 2? Unless you're thinking of a different perk than me. All right, so we're gonna sell some of these acidic saliva. Not gonna bother with that. You can move, oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yes, you absolutely can. Okay, and we can sell these amber shards as well. Let's get a little bit of tools, a little bit of rice, and then head out into the desert to fight some nomads while we are on our way to that other southern city. Now, I could grab a Warhammer now. I might as well. I don't want to end up in a position where I want it later and don't have it. That would annoy me. All right, our tactician is leveled up. Okay, so we always take fatigue. Just join the stream. Any big events happen since the start? Any new bros? Yeah, we got a couple new bros. We've got our tactician, and our tactician also happens to be noble, so we can get inspiring presence, which I did not expect or anticipate, but here we are. So we're definitely grabbing the fatigue. I think we grab... the hit points. And I think on this level I'm going to grab melee skill. Probably he just like sort of stands in the back and attacks with a polearm, but I still want to be able to hit those attacks, right? There's going to be turns where we're not doing these abilities. Yeah, I think so. I think that's true. But we're never going to put him in a dangerous hex, and he's going to be wearing heavy armor, so I kind of don't care about his melee defenses, not really. What happened to the tactician from yesterday? We did not hire one from yesterday. All right, so this is going to be a Warhammer bro. And it's going to be awesome. In fact, we could put this on him now. Okay. Not now, but eventually. It's too heavy. Okay. So one thing I'm kind of tempted to do too. If I'm happy with these 12 as our like final squad to do the rest of the content, and I think I am, I'm gonna let one of these bros go. And honestly, the least useful overall is probably Frank Love. Frank Love, share your experience with others. Thank you for your service. Whew, that level up is delicious. Ooh, that makes me tempted to do it one more time. I might hang on to Fulio, because I think he could be good for a little while. Boy, that level up felt pretty good. Now, actually, hold on, let's see something. We're gonna do a little experiment. What I should have done, I want to see something. All right, so 20905 and 18366. No. Let's look at a different, hold on. You'll see what I'm doing here in a second. All right, let's level this bro up, and then you'll see what I'm doing. All right, we always take fatigue. We'll take the 4 here, and we'll take the 3 here. All right, so 20905 here, and then 995 here, or 955. Hold on, we're doing math. We're doing something. We're going to give Tooch Monk a potion of knowledge. We're going to let Metawrecker go. All right, so this number, the difference between them, 21826 minus this, 921. Let's level up first, and then we'll look at the difference between these two numbers. Did the potion of experience make it so that he gains more experience from firing our other bros? Let's find out. Let's find out. Oh, he did. Oh, he did. He gained exactly twice. Exactly double. Oh, shit. 1, Dark Soul, that should probably be patched out. But 2, should have done the Potion of Experience earlier. But now we know that might not stick around. I have a feeling. If I were king of the world, I don't think it would be, but this ain't my ship. Cool. Wonderful. We'll give this bro some bandages and a dagger. You can see how that could be abused? Yes. Yep. And I don't think we need the Morning Star or the Pole Mace any longer. I'm gonna grab a few more nets. You never know when you'll need them. And then Ryanok. This bro will need more fatigue. He's not going to wear this heavy of armor eventually. And then before I go on my adventures, now hold on. Where's the closest trainer? Is it all the way back at Landsfast? I suppose it is. Well, is what it is. All right. On this level, I'm gonna go ahead and grab student so that we can get shield expert. Shoot, I guess then I have to decide one of these. One's higher up here, huh? Okay. So this bro's gonna need a bunch more resolve. He's gonna need a bunch more fatigue, or at least some more fatigue. The XP from that is not supposed to scale from anything, and looking at the code briefly, I don't know how it could have scaled. Oh, do you want my logs? Do you actually, would the logs help you in any way? I can give them to you. I guess I'll just put it that way. Sins, thank you for the raid. Much appreciated. Yeah, so this bro has to take melee defense every level. Okay, that's better. And then we'll grab more melee defense. Unfortunately, the melee defense keeps low rolling. There we go, that's better. So we are going to want to have at least enough fatigue to not be terribly encumbered. We are going to go with some lighter armor. Oh, and initiative. Oh no. I sort of forgot what was going on here. Actually, we want a lot of initiative on this brother. Wonder if I messed that up previously. If I had a +5 initiative I didn't take, I'm sad. It's a big oops. If so. And so I think if I'm going to go that route, where I'm going to grab Unstoppable and have Flexible, I think I grab Skirmisher. It just feels correct. I think that's right. I've actually found that I'm pretty okay with that perk, despite initially not having a very good impression of it. But first impressions can be false, or can mislead you. All right, we'll level up our swag levels there as such. You just missed a guy with 24k XP, divide that by 13, and every bro should get around 1850. Well, we got 721 on one. So now thinking about it that way, based on what you're saying, Darkso, yeah, I guess I don't know. Never mind, I'm not sure. I don't know what happened. Skirmisher's good on initiative bros that don't want to wait anyway. Right. All right, veteran levels on the Chaucer, we're always going to take the 2 defenses. That's something that's also really nice about parry, is that in the veteran levels you can increase multiple layers of defense. And it's either resolve or maybe melee skill. I'm kind of thinking maybe a little melee skill would be nice on this brother. And then Tooch Monk. Let's grab backup plan. I think that seems like a definite. Boy, I want to circle around and grab heavy armor sooner rather than later. Pretty sure I'm going to want to do that. So maybe I take a boat and we just go train it up. I think I'm going to. All right, let's get his hit points up to the funny number. And then No Man 1220. We'll get hybridization and cleaver mastery. Okay. Damn, got a +5 range defense. We'll grab fatigue on this brother, and I'll take the opportunistic +3 in melee defense. And +4 in resolve still seems good, even though we've got determined, which is nice. Okay. So I think before I level this bro up, because I kind of want to slam some heavier armor on him sooner rather than later. Maybe could have bought trade goods before taking that boat. Maybe should have. Oh well. We're gonna walk over to Landsfest. The orcs are still terrorizing here. I don't think we want to do any of these, right? No. Well, that's a tasty little snack. Caca! You're dead. You're so dead. We'll play songs, but you're dead. Bring out your dead. I'm not dead yet. I said I'm not dead yet. Cultured Monty Python references. You love to hear it. All right, we're gonna go to Landsfest. I want to get the bro trained up in heavy armor. You just know you're dead when Slurgy runs at you? It's true. That's how you know you're doomed. All right, so 2 CH Monk. Boom. Unlock hammer. No, whoa, whoa. Heavy armor. Heavy armor. And yeah, so we're gonna grab these 3. I think so. Well, hey Mango. What's up, bud? Do you need to jump up here? Well, hello. Okay. Just coming to say hi and goodbye. See you later, bud. Okay. I'm guessing my wife went and did something boring. Like get on her Pilates machine or something. Then the dogs are like, ugh. I'll go say hi to Dad. You want to sit up here, Suze? No? Okay, you can come up. Come on up, bud. Come on up. Yeah, come on up. I've got a little Susie here. She's a good girl. She's a good girl. All right. Okay, you don't want to be up here? All right. So yeah, let's grab backup plan. This'll be handy for us. And is this? Let me reread this real quick. Recover 7 action points. Okay. So if it's recover 7 action points, the nice thing about that is that if we have 2 remaining, we can still do, for example, Blitzkrieg. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and put heavier armor on this guy like right now. So we're going to go ahead and grab Brawny on this level. And Onslaught. What's up, girl? You can get up there. I've seen you do it. Do you need your ball? Okay. All right, so we're gonna put the heavier armor on CH Monk here. Cool. And then Ryanok is going to wear something heavier, but at least in the short term, we can put something like this on Crackalack. Ryanok can wear this. Can he wear this? Close. Close. Okay. What does Onslaught do? So Onslaught is a ability that costs 7 AP, builds up 30 fatigue, and you and your allies within 4 tiles gain the Onslaught effect for 2 rounds. It gives plus 10 melee skill, plus 20 initiative, and gains 1 use of Line Breaker. Pretty good. So it's just a big AoE buff that you can apply to your team at a critical moment. Very strong. Okay, I'm gonna put some bandages on here, or maybe, I don't know, here. Okay, and then we'll sell stuff here. We'll sell the quality wood and the strange meat. And then we are still gonna make, oh, whoa, that's right. Can we carry more tools and supplies? Hold up. One of our retinue lets us do that, right? Oh yeah, the blacksmith increases the amount of tools you can carry by 50. Wonderful. So we can just go above? Oh man, that's great. That's so good. That's so good. So let's put veterans lessons on some of the lower level bros. And suddenly, we managed to spend a ton of money. Okay. Rumor time? Oh, you know, I should have and could have looked. Well, next time. All right, still got ambush trade routes here. Let's go through the desert. I want to fight some nomads. We haven't really fought nomads practically at all. And that just, you know, that doesn't sit right with me. Not fighting nomads just simply doesn't sit right with me. We should be fighting nomads. Okay. So I want to fight some nomads and then fight that southern army. We still don't know where the third southern city is. Just found a golden goose. Very nice. Good boy, George. Very nice. You know, these roads don't go this way. This road doesn't go that way. I guess we don't know for sure. This road could go on. It might not just be to the silk farm, but it kind of looks like it doesn't keep going. But I've been surprised before. So it's possible that road just keeps going to the other last southern city. Might be a good idea to find it. Take the noble sword out of fencer, poked until undead fight. I'm not sure I understand exactly what you're saying, Mr. Munch K, but you know, weirdly enough, we used the fencing sword against undead, and it went kind of okay. Okay, this seems like a good fight to take. I'm not gonna bait the third-party fight into a camp. I don't have any like specific rules or whatever, I just don't like doing that. Could end up getting some nice nimble armors from the Blade Dancer. Let's put like a pocket net on a couple bros. Oh, take the noble sword out of fencer until undead pocket into. I understand what you're saying, Mr. Munch K. The specific thing that I'm doing exactly right now? Okay. Yes, I agree. I agree. Sorry, I just didn't understand what you were saying, but now I know. Now I understand. Okay, just want to make sure we've got plenty of nets and daggers on more or less everyone. Maybe Cracklock should have one too. Probably should. It's fine, German here, so not that good at writing in English. No problem. And if I knew how to say no problem in German, I would. But I don't. The best I can do is no problemo. And that doesn't do you any good. It's useless. That can't be real. That can't be real. I don't believe that for a second. Is that really the German word for no problem? No way. That's so many letters. Where are your spaces? Where the hell are your spaces? The fancy bill hook you weren't impressed with, it one-shots Orc Berserkers without damage perks. It didn't do that much damage and that much more damage than a bill hook. So I'm not sure I really understand how. At least any more than any other regular weapon. Google says that's a lie. Haha. You got caught. Caca! Alright, so we got this Executioner. We're going to need to eliminate him. And we've got this Blade Dancer. We're going to need to make sure he doesn't cause us any problems. Quite possibly, backseating could get this armor, you know, very efficiently. It deals 80 to 100. Is that right? I remember thinking it wasn't that much more. I'm sure it's good, like I'm saying. But the German word for no problem is kein Problem. Other similar phrases include kein Ding, keine Sorge, gern geschehen. All right, I'll stop trying. I want to move the Chaucer up, but I just don't want to move up that far. At least on this level. Or on this turn. The word means little matchbox. The word is sometimes used as a humorous language test for foreigners because it is thought to be particularly difficult to pronounce. Oh my god. Golf clap to you. Well played. Well played, sir. Okay, we'll go there. The Chaucer's getting angry. They're throwing stuff at him. Okay. I might have Corvus Korek go here and completely lock down this whole area. You won't like me when I'm angry? Exactly. Yeah. Seems okay. We missed! That's impossible. Okay. Good. Let's wait there. Wait here. Chaucer has the Rage perk. The Chaucer has the Rage perk. Confirmed. Could go here and do Onslaught for next turn. I have a feeling things are going to get serious real soon, but maybe we're not quite there yet. Let's just go to here. Got him. So no melee contact yet, so not delusional. Doesn't need to give that bonus. I guess we can just do an aim shot. Good boy, George. Let's do a little bit of music. Blast him. Got him. Let's see. Anything else I want to do in Crackalack? Might step back, actually. I'm considering waiting on backseating, which feels dirty. Feels incorrect, because we'll get rid of our decisive stacks. You can't wait decisively. But I'm gonna wait. That's what I was waiting for. I wanted to know what was going to happen there, and now we know. Nomad Executioner, surprisingly, does not have the ability to move 2 hexes and attack. You love to see it. You can just end your turn decisively? Sure, but I don't want to do that. Usually I do, but I want to make sure that backseating gets opportunities to hit this Blade Dancer. Arrow to the knee? That's an acceptable miss for me. Let's do Onslaught. Could have done backup plan to attack first. Oh well. Debuff from the arrow equals fire pot dot? I think so. Okay, can't have that happen. This Nomad Executioner cannot attack Crackalack. It would be fine if he does. We're a nimble boy. A nimble boy can take that. Still don't want it though. Not who we were aiming for, but sure. Okay. So since he can't move 2 hexes in attack, we'll be able to move later on. Backseating's got an important job to do. He's already started. We're gonna do a little juggling between the Desert Stalker and the Blade Dancer next turn. Gonna run out of fatigue completely when we do so, but it's fine. So we could give him more AP to use to do it with. RIP that armor. Nah, he'll just hit him in the head next turn. We have an agreement. Missed? Not getting very much value out of dodge where we're sitting here. Do I do just a regular attack like a pleb? No, I think we sit right here. Okay. Did get sand in our face. Hate sand, it gets everywhere. The Chaucer. Should be able to go here. Ryanok, let's make sure he doesn't fight that Nomad Executioner. Ow. Got him. Yeah. The armor gets destroyed. The armor gets destroyed. Good Boy George does have 2 anticipation stacks. Why is his range defense lowered so much? Oh, from reloading. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Could try to give him the power of music. Okay, let's recover here. You're in danger? Not really, actually. Anticipation's gonna make short work of those attacks. I'm honestly tempted to get Cracklack in there and dagger him. Kind of want that helmet a little bit. Oh, did I already swap weapons? Oh no. Could do a backup plan to throw a net. Do I have enough fatigue to throw the net? 25? I do. Backup plan. Oh, cleaver to cleaver. It was cleaver to cleaver. I see. I understand, Choppy Cat. I'm a fool. Put Ryanok there. Could throw sand in the guy's face, but then we can't get away. Leave it to Cleaver, leave it to Cleaver. Now, if we take a step up, that'll give us 4 AP to use. No. Did he not get an injury? Oh, no, he didn't get an injury. Oh, and there's a UI indication. It's like grayed out. Huh. Okay. Anticipation, doing work. Makes it not that bad. Let's hope that we're still fine there, and we hit him in the body. Okay. Now I might need to go let Mango outside. Kind of sounds like he needs it. We'll see. I suppose I don't care about daggering him down anymore. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go let Mango outside. I don't know what he's barking at. I'll be back in just a second. Alright, I am back. I've got a Mango on my lap now. He's a good little guy. You got promised potential, bros? Very exciting. Very exciting, Rufin. Also, if it sounds like I'm a little bit further away from the mic, that's because I am. They're pretty good bros already. That's awesome. Yeah, promised potential is kind of fun. I like it. It gives you a reason to hire backgrounds that you'd otherwise never hire. Kind of cool. Gambling is fun. Gambling is fun. Oh no. Okay. Whoa, okay. All right. Got it in one, apparently. And we got a fancy named item. Now, in vanilla, we would be super happy with an item like this. In fact, in vanilla, I would be thrilled by this. But I'm not that excited here. In vanilla, it's very easy to bait the AI into attacking a specific brother that you've got like positioned in a big bulk. Isn't that right, Mango? Yeah, it's pretty easy. Pretty easy. But in this, it's not so easy. It's not useless. I think we'll make use of it, but here it is. And then we got a turban helmet. Now, I'd be curious to see how the efficiency of that compares to others. -3 less fatigue is nice, but it's okay. Yeah, I guess it, yeah, a little bit, but I don't know that I care about that much. I really don't. Like, I don't even think I'm going to use it. Disappointing. All right, so what could we compare the turban to? Unfair comparison, but to the adorned full helm? Actually, you know what? For 20 less durability, 1 less weight, that's actually pretty much on rate with the adorned full helm. This is really good. You have like 1 shield, bro, so you don't care? Well, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I also have not figured out how to bait the AI. Definitely they attack nimble bros way more. Like that aspect is more pronounced. It seems it's mostly just a damage calculation. We got a bruised leg even with the anticipation. Didn't notice that happen at the moment. Or in the moment. We'll have Fulio put it on. Fix it up for us. Otherwise, I don't think we care about any of these other things. So we move on. Ifrits. Now, I do want to see Ifrits. The little injury factories. Again, I want to see all the content in the game, so I guess we'll fight some Ifrits. I just want to see them. That's mostly the reason why. So let's put these throwing axes on. Okay. Have fun. Well, I know I won't be doing that. Looks like your dude is no longer with us. How many hats did he get from the trade? You know, we traded you for experience, Metarecker. You were traded for experience. You trained the squad on your way out. Not a bad way to go. Retired gracefully. Not dead. Just, you know, living life with some permanent battle scars to tell from the battlefield. Your time spent in the mercenary company. Did they add new crafting recipes? I don't think so. So let's see what's going on here. They've got crippling strikes, because of course they do. Because of course they do. Man of Steel, because of course they do. Pathfinder, resilient. Headless. Yeah, so they are headless in vanilla as well, or they're supposed to be. In vanilla, the implementation of these is like a big giant mess. Can you injure sand with your gun? That's a great question. I feel like I doubt it, but I don't know. Can you pocket sand the sand? That's a great question. Okay, so if I hit this guy with an arrow, it will do basically nothing. Yeah. Okay. Confirmed, I guess. Alright, so what is the range on this guy's attack? Range of 5. Great. Love that. If you pocket sand them, they get bigger. That would be a hilarious Easter egg. Don't give them any ideas. Okay, I'm ready to be injured. I'm ready. Surprise. We're gonna lock this one down. If we can prevent him from splitting, I suppose that's good, right? Okay, what a jerk. What a jerk. I feel like when they're locked into melee in vanilla, they'll never split. I guess that's not the case here. Black eye. First injury of the day. First of many. No doubt. Oh, come on. Don't miss Mystic Nemo, please. It's not the time. God, these are painful. Awful experience. All right, these are going to merge together. Very cool. Love that. Love that. Questionable maneuver. Bruised leg. Oh, I suppose they're not. Oh man, that's actually a dangerous hex. I forget it's not a. Oh, Jesus. It's not a weapon attack. He doesn't get anything from parry. Oh, God. Ah. Jeez, meats and cheeses. Alright, let's get Mystic Nemo up here. Touche Monk. Let's do an Onslaught to go before them. Oh, the misery. Oh, the misery. Come on. It's not the time to miss the 95s. It's just simply not. Get sword mastered. Yeah. Okay, rude, but fine. Okay, extremely rude. Pocket sand? They're immune to pocket sand. This makes sense, but I'm allowed to be upset. They're immune to pocket sand. They're immune to pocket sand. Okay, well, that sucks. Will this be a kill? Yes. Get him with the dagger. Imagine if they weren't, would make no sense. I mean, I suppose. That's right. Sometimes you just got to take the sand and stab it. Let's go here. Give these boys the bonus AP that they need. That they deserve. Okay. All right, well, we're getting them down to just their last few. Can I kill it before it pops? Probably not. But we'll at least try. Ow. The Chaucer is angry. Holy shit. How many rage stacks do we have? Just 5. That felt like a lot of damage. Well, I guess normal-ish. I mean, double gripped, noble sword. Still seems high, but not like abnormally high. Let's go up there and just stand next to him decisively. You wonder if they're immune in vanilla as well? Boy, it'd be a hard one to know the answer to. Because you'd have to have one of those, like, combined fights. Ooh. That's a big hit. Chaucer is mad. Oh god, Battle Brawl. Man, I don't know if Ifrits are going to be allowed in the Battle Brawl. Their existence is pretty painful in Battle Brawl. I might remove those from the list of potential options. It sounds fun until you see it, and then it isn't fun. It's one of those things that's fun to see the first time you see it, you know? It's got, oh hey, that's neat, kind of energy to it. And then it's not as neat anymore. Yeah, it would bug out because the Ifrits could combine across factions. It was a mess. It was a mess. Whenever you do third-party fights, the Ifrits always win. So I had a... it must have been in the Win Streak series, and I don't remember which origin it was. There was a contract where the Nomads, you know, it was the one where you go to a Nomad camp, and oh, surprise, Ifrits. The Nomads won. And they beat the shit out of them. And all I saw was a sea of broken rocks and sand. And there was like a few Nomads dead, and then when I finally arrived, the Nomads were like, peace. And I just let him go. I couldn't bring myself to do it. I let him go. I realize they're just pixels, but you know what? Those pixels earned it. All right, let's see what we got. Glittering rocks, pointless. Sulfurous rocks, also basically pointless. What a disaster. All right, well, now we're going to spend a bunch of medical supplies and be less capable of fighting the southern armies that I came to fight. Very nice. All right, on this level, do I grab Hold Steady or Pathfinder? Since we're in the desert, I'm thinking Pathfinder. Well, I don't know. Hold Steady's pretty good. Plus 10 melee and range defense, but an even bigger deal than that is immune to being stunned, knocked back, or grabbed. Yeah, we got our one Ifrit fight out of the way, exactly. I wanted to see what they were like, and if they were different, and they're just as painful in this. Aren't they, Mango? Yeah, they are. Immune to grab, new Kraken strat. Oh. Immunity to stuns and displacements. Stunned, knocked back, or grabbed. Maybe. I don't know. It's a good question. No, let's grab Hold Steady. Let's grab Hold Steady. So I'm always going to take these +3s here in fatigue. We take +3 melee skill. And maybe a little melee defense is fine. Thought only Goblin Trophy worked. Lindworms, 1. A single Lindworm. I mean, we fight a single Lindworm. We always fight a single Lindworm. Always. I want to know. 1 is better than 2? 1 is way better than 2. I have to imagine these were reworked in some way. Make sure we got reach weapons, at least as appropriate on the bros as we're able. Boy, do I have backseating do shenanigans against the Lindworm? Maybe. Maybe. We really don't have much for reach weapons. But we've got plenty of bows and stuff. I guess we can hand out one of these. Let's hand out one of these. Let's give it to Ryanok. All right, and then we'll see what's going on here. Basically, we're gonna have Corvus Korak just sit there and tank him. Actually, I should have a reach weapon on Mystic Nemo. Probably more important than Ryanok. Lindworms have no weapons. Yeah, I realize, but we're just gonna go up and Indom. It's still gonna be the way to go. But the dude going with no armor is scary. I mean, yeah, I mean that's the Chaucer. We're not gonna have him really do anything in the fight. There's gonna be a few bros that kind of aren't gonna be able to. I mean, I could give him like throwing weapon just to use for posterity, but I don't even think it'll there really won't be much point. He's just gonna watch. Gonna sit in the special chair. Caw! All right, let's see what happens. Let's see what's going on with the Lindworm. Lindworm. Upon receiving a hit from an adjacent enemy that deals at least 11 damage to hit points, apply Lindworm Acid to them. Okay. I think that's basically the same. Not affected by nighttime, immune to being knocked back to grabbed. Okay, immune to all these things, that makes sense. That's as expected. Exude confidence. Cute. Fearsome. Makes sense. Menacing. Makes sense. Pathfinder, sure. Resilient. All right. 7 AP, 4 AP attack. That I'm assuming still has reach. Doesn't say it has a range of 2 here, but in vanilla it does. Numbers look similar, I think. Let's look at the tail. Unworthy, headless. Okay. Whenever the head moves away, remove all rooted effects. Okay. Move tail. Move next to your head, ignoring zone of control. Okay, sure. All right. Gorgeous 2 tiles, yeah, I assumed. The bleeding begins. So if the Gorge is 4 AP, we can go to here, and that should be totally safe. Rhinox not going to do anything. Let's get 2CH Monk up here. No Man 1220 is going to participate in this. But for now, we'll just go there. Let's play a little music. Play a little tune, you know? Let's see, I suppose I don't want to wait. Turns out to get the strings ready to go at all times. Wonderful. Maybe I just back up 1 hex. I don't want the tail to occupy Corvus Corac. I guess it would be fine if it did. It's probably fine if it does. Yeah. Now let's wait there. Okay, let's make sure we're not standing directly behind. No Man 1220 actually can't go there, because this guy technically can still move. And I don't know that we get backseating in there. I kind of think we don't. You know, I kind of think we don't. Not yet. At least not until our eyes start glowing. Are you telling me you don't want to gamble with your most valuable brother against a dangerous enemy? People change. All right, no problem. Oh, is the tail? Whoa, the tail's a separate hit point pool? Okay, I wasn't even really paying attention to that. What? The tail is a separate entity now. Okay. Lindworm strats have forever changed. Interestingly enough, I think they're harder now. I think this makes them more difficult than they used to be. Can the tail run away? It's a good question. Don't forget to check the Aurora next bathroom break. Quite a bit south of you and it's crazy here. Really? We had really good Aurora last year. Around this time. Presumably if you kill the head it takes them both down. Maybe. God, I'm so spooked by this fella. It's time for an onslaught. And do I get back seating in there? I think the answer is just no. You know, I don't know. Maybe? What's the damage on this attack, on this gorge? 80 to 40. 28 to 49 armor ignore. He actually can't one-shot us, no matter where he hits us. Given that, I think this is fine. Let's make sure to move around while we do it. Yeah, our melee defense is 63. Let's get it even higher. Missed me. In fact, we're gonna play a battle song. Easy, no problem. Okay. Lindworm Horde and Lindworm Bones. Dang. Didn't get the Lindworm Scales. I was kind of hoping to make a Lindworm Scale Cloak, But it looks like that's not going to happen, is it, Mango? No. But we do have the Linward Bones, which we can combine with one of the Giant Skull and Bones to make a bone plating attachment. So still really good. Still really good. Still excellent, I would go so far as to say. So, let's go ahead and level up on Corvus Corac. Gonna grab the 2 defenses here, and probably better be Resolve. Probably better be Resolve on this brother. Okay. All right, and that is where I'm going to have to call it for the evening, because looks like I've got D&D with the boys. So I'm going to send you guys over to a legend. A legend. Oh, Mango can tell something's happening. Sending you guys over to good old Day 9, who, oops, oh no, not to Da 9. Oh no, cancel, 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 cancel. Day 9, totally different. Da 9 TV is not a real person. Not a real person. Poor Da 9. And so, I will not be back tomorrow. I've got some stuff going on tomorrow evening. However, I will be back on Thursday. I'll put in information in the Discord. So to all of you, wherever you are in the world, make it a good one. Ta-ta.